So you know the script. The World Series is going to end in 6 games. It's going to end on Halloween, 7 months and 4 days after the beginning of the Padres season. In Gematria, the practice of coding letters and words into numbers. It's San Diego. That's Gematria 74. I do expect the Padres to win the World Series 7 months and 4 days after opening day. The Padres are going to play in their first ever Game 7 against the Dodgers. Now, the Dodgers are 1-3 in Game 7s during their time in Brooklyn. And if they are 5-4 overall, the Dodgers are 4-1 in Game 7 since moving to LA. And that's going to fall to 4-2 since they moved to LA when they lose against the Padres. The Padres equals 42. Now the Padres are 2-1 in the pennant series. So right there, they won 2 times. They lost against Philadelphia. The Padres are going to improve to 3-1 in the pennant series when they beat Ohtani in the Dodgers. In the rivalry that we speak about against the Dodgers, they're going to win for the 9th. They're going to win their 9th game against the Dodgers. They begin against the Cubs. They're going to win their 9th game in the playoffs against the Dodgers to make it to the World Series. Now the record in the wild card round, you notice, is 3-0. It's going to be 4-0 like Gematria of the Pope. Playoff run begins at Chicago because this is where the Pope was born at, and the Padres are named after the Franciscan Friars in the Catholic Church. Now, Pods is also Gematria 40. They are going to win their 40th road game of the season to eliminate the Cubs. They're going to be 4-0 in the wild card round. That's what's going to happen. And their record in the divisional series is for the LA Dodgers, or for the Padres. It's 2-5. It's going to improve to 3-5. They're nicknamed the Friars. Friars is 35, Catholic 35. They take on the Dodgers. In the pennant series, it's Dodger. That's Gematria 35. Now, notice that the Dodgers' overall record in Game 7s is going to fall to 5-5. 5-5 would be Gematria of the LA Dodgers. Now, LA Dodgers is 40. Padres improve to 4-0 in the wild card round. They do eventually take on the Dodgers in the pennant series. So the World Series is ending in 6 games, 7 months and 4 days after the beginning of San Diego's season. Also, Messiah and Jesus have Gematria 74. How does this connect to the day that the Pope died? The day that the Friars win the World Series? 193 days later, 193 would be Roman Catholic Church. So it is going to end on Halloween. "71 days before the end of the year would be October 31st. Catholic is also Gematria 71. Who would have home field? Who has more wins between the Mariners and the Padres? It's probably the Mariners, right? They finished in first. Well, they both have 90 wins, so who gets home field? I don't know. Maybe head to head, the Mariners get home field. So it looks like it's going to be an away game. They're going to win away from Petco. Seattle, Washington, 25. Pope, 25. Vatican, 25. Okay, Pope's death to the day of the pennant series. Does anything pop up? Exactly 6 months. And I don't want to get into that a whole lot. Pope's death to the day that the Padres eliminate the Cubs. I think better yet, the day that Leo became the Pope. That would be 147 days that the Padres are going to be moving to another round and closer to the World Series. World Series is 147. 147 is also gematria of the Padres. This is their 57th season in existence. That's a very, very big championship number. Dave Roberts going for a 65th win against the Padres. It's not going to work out. He does get win number 61 to eliminate Philadelphia. That's what I said in the playoff bracket to review. What game would this be between the Padres and the Dodgers? What game in the playoffs would this be? You know, they already played 3 times this decade. You know, if baseball is scripted, they need the big finish. The big win for the Padres, 4th time the charm after 3 previous times. That's what's going to happen. 1-3 playoff series record like LA 13, or the fact that it's San Diego that's 13, so it's going to be epic. No Game 7s for the Padres. Their first ever Game 7 against the Dodgers. MLB Game 5 record. Game 5's rubber match records. Wild card game records. They have a Game 7 page, but not a Game 5 record. All right, and trade deadline day, obviously, to the day that the Cubs are eliminated, 63 days. Padres 63, Cubs 63. Padres 63, Cubs is 63. Exactly 9 weeks. Cubs is gematria of 9, okay. Trade deadline day to Game 7 of the pennant series, 82 days. The only thing that really comes up with 82, I think, is the name of the previous Pope. Also, the Pope's first name, the deceased Pope, Jorge, is gematria that 5-5 record in Game 7s for the Dodgers. Oh yeah, another playoff loss for Dave Roberts. I wonder what his name comes up with. David Ray Roberts is 98. The Padres would enter with a 9-8 playoff record against their former manager, their former player too. Beat Dave Roberts, and then take on the Mariners, who enter the World Series with 97 wins. The beginning of the baseball season to the day that Pope became Pope is 42 days, and 42 is gematria of the Padres. So we see the synchronization happening right there. And then the amount of time from the Pope's death, the game 1 of the World Series on October the 24th is literally 6 months and 3 days, and 63 would be gematria Padres. So yes, 4-0 in the wild card round for their 40th road win of the season. 3-5 in the divisional round. You see those gematrias. Pretty legit. Pretty legit. Also, it's the Pope Prevost is gematria of 74. That 7-month and 4-day duration from the beginning of the season to the day that the World Series is clinched. And they literally won their opening game 7-4 their 57th win of the season on July the 27th. What's the amount of time from that day to game 1? 89, 90 days. Isn't that the full name of Robert Prevost? And then, hold on a second, hold on. Robert Prevost is 193. The Catholic or Roman Catholic Church is gematria of 193. Remember the amount of time from opening day to the end of the World Series. So this also connects to the name of the new Pope. That is super legit. And the amount of time from their 57th win of the season to the day that this World Series is over, 96 days. The Padres is 96. So game 7 win over the Dodgers, and then they're going to dispatch the Mariners in 6 games.